man. Speaking of, police favoring the white man. He was a Missouri man. His name was Joseph Mealy. Yes. Mealy. You guys heard about that? Read about that? He confessed.
I heard about this. This story is very.
He confessed to raping an 11-year-old girl.
This story was very. I'm almost lost for words when I read this story because I was so offended.
Right, me too.
And for those,
I was very offended.
For those of you who don't really know, again, his name is Joseph Mealy. He confessed to having sexual encounters with an 11-year-old girl and kidnapping her. And he confessed, and he got probation. I want to say it was for 5 years. I'm not sure. True. But he got probation. That's just what I don't understand. And on our last episode, we were talking about a man who's been in jail since 1994. He's still in jail to this day. He got arrested for selling 3 pounds of weed. Now he's been in jail, and the thing is, he's still in jail. He's
stressed out.
In the state that he's in jail, weed is legal. So why is he still in jail? But yet this man confessed to raping an 11-year-old girl, and he got probation, so he's been able to walk free.
Right.
Tell me what you guys think about that.
That happens too often. Like,
way too often.
I am a rape survivor, and my case also went to that. At first, they were telling me he was looking at 10 to life, 10, 20-year life, something like that, and they couldn't get in contact with me because I was in the process of moving.
I'm sorry to hear about that too.
Yeah. So because they couldn't contact me in time to go in to get a statement, this was within 48 hours. He has probation.
Wow. Really?
Yep. Probation.
And if you don't mind me asking, what was the race of your rapist?
He is a black man, but he is privileged.
Okay.
And how do you...
That plays a role as well.
Oh, it absolutely does, because I just didn't understand how it went from, we're definitely looking at 10, 20 life to probation. Like, what happened between those 48 hours where it went, to that. So it happens far too much in general as far as the whole rape culture. There's too much victim blaming, and there's just too much of, like, slap on the wrist, whether... I see it more for white men, but just in general, anyone coming from privilege, which it could be white privilege,
which you're almost stating that you're setting the precedent that it's okay.
Absolutely, and I have a 9-year-old.
That if you are in a caliber of a status, it's okay,
right?
Whatever you do, so you can go rape my 5-year-old, or you can go rape my 11-year-old. But if you're in this caliber bracket, it's okay.
It's okay,
right?
And it's not okay.
It's sick. But I mean, again, like look at Harvey Weinstein, and look where he is. We've talked about this before. Look where he is and what he's done in comparison to where Bill Cosby is and what he's done. What are the two differences between those men?
And that's amazing that you say that, because let's
talk about it.
Okay, as I was, I'm very passionate about life. I really am. I'm very passionate about life, and I'm very passionate about people, because we are human and we matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what color, what race, because all of my friends are Hispanic or either white, and I love them.
Right.
I love my friends. And what I don't like is what Bill Cosby did was wrong.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, but he did it to grown women.
It was wrong.
But the guy you just were talking about did it to an 11-year-old.
But what I'm saying is...
And he gets probation.
Yeah, he gets probation.
He didn't confess, did he? Bill Cosby did not confess to nothing.
And it doesn't make it right what he did.
It doesn't. No, not at all. But what the end result was the end result. Yeah. It doesn't make it right at all.
No, it doesn't make it right. But I'm trying to understand in my
why
mind
is it that he gets jail time?
This is a grown man who
confessed.
Well, I don't know if Bill Cosby confessed or what.
He did not.
I don't think he confessed. Yeah. But these were grown women.
Yeah.
And he goes to jail.
Right.
This is a man who confessed.
And it's a child. Right off
the bat. And it's a child.
Right off the bat.
A child who cannot make any decisions because they don't have the capacity. She's 11.
11.
And you say that's okay? People, wake up in the world that we're living in. Wake up. I'm serious. Wake up.
So me and my friends have talked a lot about, like, just police brutality and just, like, a lot of sentencing that doesn't make sense. And we're like, okay, we can march, we can be upset, exactly. We can have hashtags, but that is really not going to get to the root of the problem.
Exactly.
So we came to like a conclusion of what's going to change things, and it's really about encouraging our young black men and our young black women to venture off into politics, venture off into being a lawyer.
Because they are the ones, the future, who can change everything.
Yep. Because if we just, if our generation is just telling our kids, oh, this is wrong, but we're not giving them any guidance on what to fix, you know, because everybody, like, I feel like, especially in the African American community, we idolize the entertainers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And the athletes and stuff like that. And if you're made to do that, do it. But at the same time, I feel like so many people are just kind of taken over by that look. Instead of being encouraged to do something for the community. You know what I'm saying? It's
definitely, and especially in the media, it's definitely more broadcast that the flashy, the glamour of being a celebrity, and media will tell you that if you're a black man and the only way you're going to be successful is if you rap or you throw on the ball. That's it. And it's definitely, like you said, we need to encourage these kids to that's not all they are good for. You know.
Because there was once when I was growing up, there was this quote that said, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." And for me personally, I read because I want to be knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You can tell me whatever you want. I'll listen to it for a moment, but don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and research it.
I mean, I'm on my research thing.
And I'm going to find out.
On your Google game.
Because you're not going to just tell me something and I'm going to accept it.
Right.
And I think that's what we need to do to our young children, our young girls, our young men, to empower them and to give them this ability, to give them a voice, to let them know that it's okay for you to speak. It's okay for you to disagree on things, to empower them, because there's so many children that are of color.
Yeah.
How do you do that with you being a teacher? How is it hard?
Question.
It is hard because there are you can't cross the line because parents have their way of teaching their children. So you have to go in the way to tell your children that you are. And I mean by that, you are the best.
Yeah.
You can be the best.
Yeah.
You will be the best.
What you think and what you feel is matters.
What you think matters.
Yeah.
Your voice is important, and you are important.
You know, I've had a little bit of trouble with that with my 9-year-old, because I tell her that, like, what you feel and what you think is important, and we have like a journal. If there's anything that you don't feel like you could say to me, we have a journal where we can express ourselves. But she's getting into her preteen, and she was like, you know, so now she's kind of snapping back. I'm like, look, don't talk to me like that. And she was like, what I have to say matters. What I feel matters.
She's like, let me speak.
My words matter.
Right. So I've been kind of riding the line with that. It's been a little challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Sipping champagne while you whisper my name. I've never been scared. We can go, we can play. Dripped in Balmain. Don't care what they say. Rock the boat, roll the boat, rock my body. You're my type of speed. I think you should take the lead.
All right, you guys, we are back from a little break. Again, that song was Go Slow by my fabulous artist here, Wow B.
Wow, Bizzle.
Wow B, go. Let's tell us about a little bit what you got going on. You know, music you got coming out. What's going on with Wow B?
Well, right now I'm going around and doing different link ups. Like, it's kind of like a spin on meet and greet. So I'll going to all my top cities. I went to Texas. I hit 3 cities in Texas. I went to New York. I'm headed to Chicago next. And I'm just going there because I want to meet the people who've been supporting me up to this point. You know, like, I'm really, really new in the music game. I only have 3 singles out. So I kind of want to just go out and just meet people. So I'm doing like link ups, like at cool little hookah spots, or like fight nights, because I'm a huge boxing fan and I love to talk shit. So I do. So I'm doing fight nights too, and I'm just bouncing around to different cities, and it's just kind of a prep for a tour that I want to throw in, or I want to go on in September, because I am dropping an EP in August, late August, early September. So it's it's kind of like a little pre thing that I'm doing.
You're a busy woman.
Yeah, I like the chaos though.
Yeah, I mean, I like being busy too.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, it's too much, and then I'd be like, when I don't do anything, I'm like, man, I'm depressed. I need to go do some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate being at home, being on board.
I can't do it. Yeah.
But again, thank you so much for coming. Like and y'all don't know, we have been trying so hard to link up and get her on this podcast, and she finally made it, and I appreciate her for being here. All right. So let's just jump back into it. Recently, we had Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers. Yes. I do feel like fathers do get a little overlooked sometimes because everybody knows moms are number one.
Yeah, fathers, even the real fathers be getting shit.
Yeah, even the real fathers be getting overlooked. But I wanted to spend a little time and talk about the importance of Black fathers. Okay. And what do you guys, feel about the importance of the role of not just the father, because the father role is important, period, but I want to emphasize, as being Black women, I want to emphasize on the Black father.
I have daddy issues. I do.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, and I even had a father figure really early on when I was 5. My stepdad, I call him Papa J. So, and then I just recently got really close with my biological father. Mm-hmm. I call him Daddy Parks. And I
know you're mixed race. Is your biological father African American?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
And my stepfather is also African American. Mm-hmm. And I had a little hothead stage when I was a teenager. Couldn't tell me nothing. That was part
Do you
of the
think
wild.
that was a contribute to your father absences, or?
I do. I definitely do. But once I kind of calmed down, and was open to listening, to both of them, and just stop being so angry over things that.
What were you so angry about?
I felt alone, So, and I felt like I couldn't really be myself because my mom was very strict, and my dad's kind of let me be myself. So when my dad wasn't there, I didn't feel like myself. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. But
you did not feel like yourself?
No. Okay. Or like I couldn't be myself.
With your biological dad or your real father?
Around my mom.
Okay.
So I felt myself around my dad's. I still do.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I mean, now that I'm more open to listening to what they have to say and not, being a little hothead, my Papa J has definitely taught me patience. Mm-hmm. And just kind of, he has a calmness about him. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't have. I feel like I have it now.
Were you ever angry with him?
My stepdad?
You're a biological father.
I was very angry with him.
And what were you angry with him about?
Because I think that most of the anger stemmed from my mom. Like, how you see your parents fight and, mm-hmm. You kind of take that on. And, her whole argument would be like, oh, you're never sending for her. If you want to see her, you send for her. I get it. I have a kid. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it was.
Now you get it.
Now I get it. Yeah. But, about 2 or 3 years ago, I got a call from my brother, and he was saying, our dad probably won't make it till Christmas because our dad had kidney mm-hmm. failure. So I
Your
thought
biological father.
My biological father, yeah, Daddy Parks had kidney issues. So that's when I was like, man, excuse my language, but fuck all this.
Yeah.
Fuck all this petty
to
stuff.
Put that behind you.
Yeah, and since then, my biological father, he's like my best friend. I call him my spiritual warrior. Like anytime I'm like, feeling kind of off, I call him. So like even their presence now has shown me like how important a black father
it brought
is.
You some mm-hmm. solace.
It did. I have a calmness about me, and anytime I feel unsure, I call my spiritual warrior, and he puts me at ease like nobody does.
And like you said, the importance of a black father, they're so important. Mm-hmm. I feel like the black father tends to get this bad stigma that they're a deadbeat.
Yeah.
They're never there for their child. They don't do anything. They don't help out. and they just make babies and disappear.
Right.
And we know statistically that is incorrect.
Yeah, and me and her were talking about that earlier.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I was reading.
It is incorrect,
Well,
and I think that the world needs to be educated on that.
I think so.
Because we have. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go
you,
ahead.
But we have